Imagine this. You walk into a boardroom. Everyone is talking, arguing, pitching their ideas at the speed of light. The atmosphere is tense, egos are clashing, and people are fighting for dominance. Now imagine, you say nothing. You sit back, observing calmly, and somehow, without uttering a single word, the entire room starts to feel your presence. People glance at you, waiting for your reaction. Your silence becomes heavier than their words. This is not a coincidence. This is the Machiavellian art of silent power, a strategy so timeless, so effective, that it has shaped emperors, CEOs, and even everyday negotiations for centuries. Niccolò Machiavelli, the cunning Renaissance thinker, decoded the brutal game of power in the 16th century. And among his most brilliant tricks was this: silence, restraint, and appearances can dominate more effectively than endless words. In this lesson, we'll uncover his genius in a way that blends history, psychology, and practical application. By the end, you'll know exactly how to turn silence into your most potent weapon in business, relationships, and even everyday conflicts. Section 1. Why Silence Beats Speech. Machiavelli believed one harsh truth. People are selfish, impatient, and driven by appearances. In The Prince, he wrote, "Men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities that he who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived." In simple words, most people don't think deeply, they judge quickly, by what they see, not by what you say. That's why Machiavelli advised rulers to cultivate an image of strength rather than rely on words. Words can be twisted, forgotten, or mocked. But appearances, they stick. Think of someone in your life who doesn't talk much, but carries an aura of authority. You can feel their confidence in the way they walk, the way they look at you, even in their silence. That's the power Machiavelli wanted leaders to master. Silence, used strategically, doesn't mean weakness. It means you don't explain unnecessarily. You don't defend yourself against petty attacks. You let others reveal their intentions while you observe. In today's world where people overshare on social media, rant in meetings, and rush to justify themselves, restraint itself becomes power. Section 2. Machiavelli's World of Intrigue. To understand why silence mattered so much, let's step into Machiavelli's Florence. It was the Italian Renaissance, a time of assassinations, betrayals, shifting alliances, and endless wars. City-states like Florence, Venice, and Rome were chessboards of power where families like the Medicis and the Borgias ruled through fear and manipulation. Machiavelli, born in 1469, wasn't just a writer. He was a diplomat, a negotiator, a man in the shadows of power. He saw princes rise by deception and fall by arrogance. When he was exiled from politics, he wrote The Prince in 1513. Not as a fairy tale about noble kings, but as a brutally realistic manual. It shocked Europe. For Machiavelli, virtue wasn't about being good, it was about being effective. And effectiveness, he realized, often meant mastering the art of silence, letting your image work for you while your enemies destroy themselves with words. Section 3. The Silent Trick in Action. History's Masters. Let's explore some unforgettable stories where silence shaped power. Cesare Borgia's bloody message, Borgia, the ruthless duke Machiavelli admired, faced rebellion under one of his cruel deputies. Instead of defending himself in speeches, Borgia executed the deputy and displayed the body in the town square, publicly, brutally, silently. The people were shocked but also reassured. Without saying a word, Borgia communicated, "I hear you. Justice is served. Fear me, but trust me. No defense, no explanation, just action. Lorenzo de' Medici, silent generosity. In contrast, Lorenzo the Magnificent ruled Florence with soft power. He didn't constantly command people verbally. Instead, he funded art, architecture, and patronage. The silent message? I am your benefactor. I don't need to demand loyalty. You owe it to me. His name became legendary not through speeches, but through monuments still standing today. Fabius Maximus, Rome's silent general. During Rome's war with Hannibal, Fabius avoided direct battles. He didn't boast, he didn't taunt. He simply starved Hannibal's army with patience. His nickname, the Delayer. His silence frustrated enemies and preserved Rome. Section 4. The psychology of silence. Why does this work? Because of human psychology. Mystery builds respect. Studies in psychology show people assign higher status to those who reveal less about themselves. Silence triggers curiosity. Silence creates discomfort. In negotiations, the party that stays silent longest often wins. The other side fills the gap, usually with concessions. Nonverbal communication dominates. Body language expert Albert Mehrabian's research suggests over 55% of communication is nonverbal. Posture, gaze, tone, all speak louder than words. Machiavelli understood this centuries before modern science. He wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are." Section 5. Modern applications, where you can use silent power. This isn't just history, it's alive today. In Business Think of Steve Jobs. He was known for long, dramatic pauses during product launches. Those silences made audiences lean in, hanging on every word. Elon Musk, instead of defending himself in interviews, he drops a cryptic tweet or unveils a new product. Actions, not arguments. In negotiations, silence is a weapon. Next time you propose something, say it and stop. Don't rush to fill the quiet. The other side will feel pressured to respond, often giving you more than you asked. In relationships, ever had an argument where you chose silence instead of shouting? That calm withdrawal often makes the other person reflect harder than your words could. On social media, oversharing weakens mystique. Influencers who disappear and return with a bang create more hype than those who post daily noise. Section 6. How to master silent power step by step. Here's your personal Machiavellian roadmap. Audit your presence. How do you dress? Walk, look at people. Stand tall, maintain steady eye contact, and keep gestures controlled. Practice non-reaction. Next time someone provokes you, count to 10, smile faintly, say nothing. Let them reveal their weakness. Speak last in meetings. Let others exhaust themselves. When you speak, your words carry more weight. Use silence in negotiations. After stating your offer, stop talking. Silence makes the other side uncomfortable, and concessions follow. Act. Don't announce, don't tell people what you'll do, just do it. Results speak louder than promises. Control social media output. Curate mystery, post quality, not quantity. Section 7. Ethical use of silent power. Now a warning, silence can be abused. Used wrongly, it becomes manipulation or passive aggression. Machiavelli wasn't teaching cruelty for cruelty's sake. He was teaching survival in a brutal world. Today, you can use silent power ethically to protect your boundaries, to observe before acting, to influence without arrogance. Think of it as strength with restraint. Conclusion. Silence isn't empty, it's full of power. From the bloody piazzas of Renaissance Italy to the boardrooms of Silicon Valley, silence has remained one of the most underrated tools of influence. Machiavelli's lesson is clear. Words may betray you, but silence, strategically used, commands fear, respect, and authority. So next time you're tempted to defend, to argue, to overshare, pause, breathe. Let silence do the heavy lifting, because in the end, silence is not weakness. It is the ultimate display of control. Now, I'll leave you with a question. Have you ever used silence to your advantage in a conflict, negotiation, or relationship? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to know. And if you found this lesson powerful, stick around, because in the next video, we'll uncover another Machiavellian secret that can transform the way you think about power forever.